Hi, I'm Martin from Into Boxing here with Rylan Charlton. Rylan, thank you very much for giving us the time just to have a little chat. I bet it's been a whirlwind week for you, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's been absolutely mad. Yeah, it's all been good. Everything's been positive. I've just had loads of messages from everyone, which has been really nice. And yeah, I'm really happy that I'm finally been on the big platform.
Just just if anybody didn't watch Sky Sports last Saturday, if you just want to give like a bit of an introduction to yourself, where you're from, how you got into boxing.
Okay. Well, yeah, I'm from Norwich, and I got into boxing probably when I was about 14, and I had probably about 50 odd fights as an amateur, but I never really like stuck at it as I should have done. Really, I sort of kept dipping in and out of it. I used to do a lot of travelling when I was a bit younger, so I used to like travel around for 6 months, come back, do a season of the amateurs. I never really stuck to it. And then I just suddenly thought, well, I came back from one of my last trips and went to South America, and I thought, I'm going to knuckle down, I'm going to get my pro license. And I've done that now. I've been pro 2 years now, just over 2 years. And yeah, now here we are. Got my first big fight on Sky Sports last weekend. And obviously I went on there probably the underdog. I was kind of like the bait for Joe Laws, but that's what I've been training for the whole time, was the big platform, and it pulled off. So now here we are.
I could kind of see in the in the weighing that you wasn't there just to make up the numbers, and I think a lot of people could see it as well. And as much as Joe would probably deny it, I think he could see that he was in for a tough night.
Yeah. I think Joe, like he's a character, and he was being him. He was being himself as normal kind of thing. But I think he knew that it was a 50-50 fight. He knew that he had to step up, kind of thing, towards the end of it. And yeah, and I was never there to just make the numbers up. I was always there to put in a good performance and entertain everyone at the end of the day.
And you certainly did. You certainly did. We'll go on to that fight, but I've read a lot of stuff about you. Once you agreed like that you was going to come on. Was you when you was young during school was fighting something that you used to do? Like, because I know that you said that I think don't like to say it, but was you bullied when you was a child? Is that what made you turn to boxing?
I wasn't. I mean, I think I was bullied a little bit in middle school. Yeah, a little bit, just because I'm quite a small guy. You get called short ass and all that kind of stuff. So, I always used to, get in the odd scraps here and there, but I wouldn't say I was really bullied big time. I used to fight a little bit at school, a bit out of school, kind of thing, down the park. When you're a kid, you have a few scraps and stuff. But I always used to. I used to love playing the old dead arm competitions as a kid, like punching each other in the arm kind of thing. And as a kid, I always had a whack on me. So yeah, I'd be beating up the bigger kids kind of thing with the dead arm fights. But yeah, that was about it really.
No, that's fantastic. And then because Norwich is not known for its boxers, is it? Like I think you've got like the Walsh, but I think they're from around your neck of the woods. But you don't really see boxing come. Not being disrespectful to Norwich, but like you don't ever see like or like your massive boxers from Norwich. So is it hard boxing in Norwich and trying to get a name for yourself?
Yeah, I'd say it is for sure. Yeah. Well, I always went a different route. I didn't stick in Norwich. Like there's a Norwich coach that he just seems to keep all of his boxers in Norwich, and they box in Norwich and they stay in Norwich. They don't really seem to go anywhere else. Obviously, you got the Walsh brothers, you got Danny McIntosh, obviously Herbie Hyde and stuff, and they sort of made it out of their Norwich a little bit. But I always got my fights in London, so I kind of went London based. So it made it harder for me because I then had to obviously sell tickets. You have to. It's not just selling the tickets; it's also getting your fans and your friends and your family to the venue. So I was always booking like a coach. and then you have to cover that with the on top of the ticket price, and then it becomes expensive, and so it's hard work. So we'd always just wanted to get the big opportunity like we did, and lucky enough we got it. And then that kind of hopefully it gets me out of the Norwich sort of thing, gets me bigger into the game.
No, 100%. Well, the thing is, if you follow Twitter, which you probably do, there was a lot of people calling your name, not as an aggressive way, but I want some of that because, like you said, we're in a global pandemic at the moment, and these are where the 50 fights are happening. Would you and Joe Laws have happened if there was a crowd? Do you think Eddie Hearn would have really fancied that? Who knows? Do you know what I mean? So it's hard times, but you're definitely going to be a name for recognising now. And I think has Eddie Hearn called or?
His representatives have been in contact with my manager, and it's all in talks at the moment. So hopefully we come to an agreement for a good contract, and there'll be some fights hopefully before the year's out. That'd be nice.
Well, I was watching an interview with your trainer. He mentioned a lad who is not too far from myself, Kane Baker, about a potential fight in December. Yeah. I know Kane loves a fight.
Yeah. I think that was my manager that said that. Yeah, I'm not someone that calls people out or name drops or anything. I think my manager's got a bit overexcited and started doing some name dropping, but I'm not fussed up. I mean, I'll just wait and see what Eddie wants to do with me. Whoever he wants me to fight, I'll fight them, kind of thing. But I like to keep myself to myself and just let everyone else. I mean, I'm getting called out left, right, and centre at the moment for a lot of people, and I understand because everyone wants to jump on the bandwagon, kind of thing. They all want to get the best opportunity.
Yeah, it's got to be amazing though, because say 2 months ago, you was probably waking up in the morning doing your boxing training, sitting on the settee, looking at Eddie Hearn's fights in the garden, and you're thinking, I want some of that. And now you're probably waking up in the morning thinking, I can't do an interview tomorrow with you. Sorry, I'm too busy. Do you know what I mean? I bet you're just constantly bombarded.
Yeah. It's been nice. I'm trying to get as many interviews in as I possibly can. It's been good. But yeah, obviously I was looking at all of that stuff in Eddie Hearn's garden. I'm thinking, I want that shot. Like a lot of people on the small time boxing circuit, they all want the opportunity, and it's hard because if you don't sell a massive amount of tickets, kind of thing, you never really get an opportunity to get on a big stage. But since COVID, obviously awful thing, but it's been a blessing for me in my boxing because I never would have really got on the big stage if it wasn't for that. So yeah, there's a lot of people that must be doing the same, looking and thinking, I want some of that. So it's hence why I'm probably getting called out a little bit, but it's going to happen.
No, but mate, you got the call and you done the business because that was your biggest shot. Some people can freeze under the lights. You certainly didn't freeze under the lights.
No. I kind of felt like the stage that I always wanted to be on. Like all the small hall shows I've done, I had 6 fights on the small hall shows, and they kind of always felt like practice for the big show. Always felt like, it's not, it's just getting in there. You're getting in there, the guy there's most of the time like a journeyman, some tough journeyman kind of thing. But I want to be having fights, people that come in to take my head off as well, because that's when you've really got to switch on and you've really got to do the business. And I kind of felt more at home on the big stage in a way. I felt like, this is where I want to be. And I took the opportunity and I've done what I had to do.
It's got to be sitting there as well, knowing full well that when you're interviewing with Joe Laws and you can see in the crowd, you've got the people like Tony Bellew, world champion cruiserweight, had like a box office fight with David A. You've got Matt Macklin, you've got Eddie Hearn, and you know all these people are watching you because these are the people that, like Tony Bellew was massively praising you up because of your boxing skills were there. You was powerful, but your boxing skills were there. First fight under the lights, nothing fazed you. That's a massive achievement, Rylan.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I mean, it feels great. Like to Tony Bellew, like talking and like that about me. It's sort of still surreal. Like I still think like, God, is this actually happen. I feel like I'm going to pinch myself and try and wake myself up, kind of thing. Like it's all a dream, but yeah, it's proper surreal, and feels really nice that I'm getting people saying like how my boxing skill is good and all this kind of stuff. It feels great.
How did the call come about then? So let's talk about. I've spoke to quite a few boxers. A lot of boxers. The 2020 has been a horrendous year. It's been the worst year of my entire life, just because of what's gone on. Like, but boxers, like, has it been hard keeping in shape? Has it been? Sometimes have you woke up and gone, I can't bother to get to the gym because I ain't got a fight lined up?
Yeah, for sure. It's been hard, and it's been harder for mental health wise, kind of thing. But you always have to keep on the fitness at the end of the day, because if I mean, during the lockdown, I had times where I can't do this anymore. I kept waking up and I can't. There's no point in training. There's nothing on the horizon, and then I sit there. Maybe a few days will go by and I've not done any training, but then I start getting a bit like aggy with myself, and I'm not feeling myself. So I have to just go and train just to make myself feel better and to keep myself focused on something. And like, yeah, I just kept pushing and kept training, and then we saw that there was a lot of these fights going on, like more 50-50 fights, because everything has to be televised, so people want to see good fights. And I thought this is my opportunity to hopefully get a call. So I just kept training. I updated all of my medicals and my thing. I thought, right now I'm ready to go. So let's just wait for a call, because we were going to get one at some point, because not a lot of boxers renewed their licenses, or I imagine a lot of people just packed it in for, I can't, there's no point, kind of thing. So yeah, well, I was just waiting for the call, and luckily my manager and my trainer were hassling people, honor people non-stop, like hassling Matchroom, saying like, come on, let's go. And then there we go, we got the call. I mean, it's only 2 weeks notice, but I was never going to get a full 6 to 8 week camp for that at all. But I'd been ticking over, and as soon as that 2 weeks notice, I thought, yeah, let's snap it up. And we
You
went
had to step up weight as well, didn't you?
Yeah, we did. Yeah, went up a weight. I mean, I can get normally on the small shows, I can weigh in 10 stone 1 on the day weigh-in kind of thing. So I'd get down to, yeah, light welterweight, lightweight kind of thing is what I was always going for. But then, yeah, this one, I thought, I mean, my weight was like 10 stone 4, I think I weighed in on the day, on the Friday before. So I felt like I didn't feel, obviously never had to diet to get my weight down kind of thing. I felt his size. He was a bit bigger than normal guys that I boxed, but didn't really faze me. I thought we're going to have to take that risk kind of thing, and the risk paid off.
Was you, when you found out it was Joe Laws, was you at all worried because of his size and because of the reputation Joe Laws brings?
No, I wasn't really worried. I knew he was half decent, and I was glad it was someone with a profile. Like, he was kind of, he's very well known. He's got a massive like backing, and I thought this is perfect kind of thing, because he comes for a fight and he's got, what's he got, 5 stoppages on his record kind of thing. So it was always going to be a good fight, and I thought he's going to stand in front of me, and he stands in front of me. That's just going to play into my hands. So I thought either way, it's going to be a hell of a fight, like whatever the result. So I was kind of happy that it was Joe Laws, because I think he's a proper character. Like, so I thought, let's go for it.
Yeah, I think the way the fight panned out, I think the thing is with Joe, I think he gets a bit excited, and I thought to myself that without the crowd there, he'll probably be a different Joe and box, but he still went to try and take your head off, didn't he? And that shot that you caught him on the front of the head, that looked. I don't think the fight should have carried on after that, to be honest, because he'll come out and then he ran into the ropes to go back into the corner, and that uppercut, that was a special uppercut.
Yeah, that like I think he probably was done after that right hand that put him down and really scrambled him. I mean, hats off to him for getting up to that. He done well. Like, he's a proper warrior. But yeah, I mean, that little right hand that I think he just had enough. Like, his legs had gone and there was no getting up kind of thing. But yeah, he'll be back for sure. He'll be definitely back.
And a loss sometimes determine the fighter you are, and he'll definitely be back. But you were just too good on the night. You were just too good on the night. So
Yeah.
apart from boxing, what else is it you get? Are you a chef, or have I read that somewhere?
No, yeah, I'm a chef. Yeah, I've been chefing for a good 10 years now. But seeing as COVID obviously ruined a lot of restaurants and stuff, so I've ended up I got a job probably about 6 months ago now, 6 8 months ago. I got a job in a care home, and I've just been in a care home cooking meals in there, and I just do 2 meals a day for the residents. It's obviously not the standard of restaurant food. But it's good. It's the good food for the residents. They surely enjoy it. And I also push a little tea trolley around, and I serve them cups of tea and biscuits and stuff like that. So yeah, it's a complete different change for me from the restaurant life. But this job now allows me to be able to train, so I can still work. I can train, like working in the restaurants. I'm doing 12-hour, 15-hour shifts, and there's no chance you can then finish at 12 o'clock at night and get down the gym kind of thing. So there's no late nights, so kind of works perfect with my training, and I actually enjoy it. It's quite fun.
No, and going, hats off to you. My wife's, she actually works in a care home, and over the past the past 6 months, I don't have to tell you what it's like, but it's been dreadful. So fair play to you, and
Yeah.
hats off to you. So when you go to your training, was you working on anything in particular? Who's your trainer? What's his name now?
My trainer's Frank Sictoness.
I was trying to find it on social media, but I'll be honest, I couldn't find it. I found something about your manager, but is there any title that you're looking for? I know you probably wanted to get like a local title, but is there any certain title that because every boxer's always got that one title, they're like, I want this title for so much reasons. Is there any title you've got that you want for a certain reason?
Not particularly. No, I just want to get titles and just get as far as I possibly can in the sport. To start with, I suppose we're going to want an English title, I suppose, and then just work my way up, kind of thing. I just want to get as far as I possibly can. So every British title would be great to get to the British title, and then just keep going, hopefully.
And you're still young, so you are still young in the boxing game. Do you watch boxing aside of like, even though like you're a boxer yourself, some boxers sometimes don't even bother watching boxing? Do you?
Yeah, sometimes I do. I'm not that fussed about it, but yeah, occasionally I normally watch more the highlights of the boxing. I don't really sit there and watch like 12 rounds of boxing kind of thing. I just get a bit bored of it, I suppose. I like to separate my sort of boxing life to normal life kind of thing. I try to keep away from it, really, I suppose.
Yeah, because there's some big fights coming up, isn't there? This year, like you've got the heavyweight month coming up, where you've got Tyson Fury, you've got Anthony Joshua, you've got Usyk Chisora next week. Are you going to be tuning into that, or?
Probably not. No, I probably won't. I don't know. Oh, yeah, I won't tune into it, I'll be honest.
So are you into any other sports apart from boxing, like football, or?
No, not really. I'm not really. I mean, I do a lot of running, which is good. I've got a run group that I go to, and that's obviously really good for my fitness kind of thing. I like a bit of rock climbing, but no, I'm not really a fan of football, to be honest. But yeah, not really much sport, to be honest.
No, just your chefing. And so what are you have you been are you at work this weekend, or?
No, I'm off this weekend, but I was straight back to work. I had the Sunday off after the fight, and I was straight back to work on the Monday. So back into full-time work kind of thing straight away.
Did any of the residents watch the fight?
No, they didn't. They haven't got Sky at the home, but everyone that was there was very happy with the result kind of thing, and I had a nice welcoming when I went in there. I had a nice cake there for me, so it was all good.
So what was it like on fight night? Like when you got there, did you had to self-isolate? Did you actually think to yourself, I'm actually in the real game now. This is my time.
Yeah, it did feel like that. I felt like I got there and there was like the drones flying around, there's cameras everywhere, and I just thought, yeah, this is it. This is what I've been working so hard for, and it felt great. Like I quite liked the bubble. I like getting in there and I sort of really zone into the goal. Because obviously you're away from your family and your friends and stuff, so it kind of helped me focus a little bit more. I would have thought like this is actually it, and chilling out in the hotel room waiting for your test results, that was all right. Like didn't mind it, just read my book and just chilled out kind of thing.
And what was it like seeing, because I take it you saw Joe quite a few times before the fight, like was you sometimes sitting in the same room while you was eating, or?
Well, yeah, it was interesting. They actually put us in the rooms next to each other, so that was quite funny. So in the morning when we came out to get our breakfast, looked to the side and morning, and that was Joe Laws there. So yeah, it was quite interesting. I don't know if they'd done that to try and hype the fight up a little bit more, but I saw him about. Yeah, he's a nice guy, kind of thing. Said hello here and there. So yeah,
It's business, isn't it? That's the best thing about boxing. You won't get a sport where you can knock people's heads off for, say, 2, 6, 12 rounds, but then at the end of the fight, the respect is unreal.
Yeah, for sure. Like, I mean, I never hate anyone that I get in the ring with. We both love the same sport, so why hate each other kind of thing? Just get in there and just do the business and put on a show for people and entertain everyone.
And after the fight was finished, did you stay around, or was you then? Did you have many interviews to do, or?
Yeah, I had a few interviews to do afterwards. Yeah, I've done three or four interviews, and then we just head back to the hotel. And then, well, I think it was 10 o'clock, but that's when everything shuts at 10 o'clock, so we couldn't even have a beer or anything like that. So we just went back to our rooms and tried our best to kind of simmer down, but it's hard after a show like that to kind of calm down and go to sleep.
Yeah, no, 100%. And then you had like Lomachenko versus Lopez earlier. I take it you didn't get up and
No, I wasn't really interested in that. No,
it's crazy though, because like I have come across some boxers that don't normally tune into boxing, but they'll watch it. But you are literally you fight, but then that's it, innit? There's no like,
yeah. I'm just not fussed about it. Like, I just get in there. I like to do my job and then get the job done, and then go home and just relax and just. The only thing I like watching my wildlife programs. I get stuck into a bit of wildlife, and it's proper simmers me down, and then that's about it. Don't need to watch it because I do it myself, kind of thing. Like.
So, did you know anything about Joe?
Yeah, I knew about him. Yeah, I knew that he was a power puncher and he knocked a few people out and he's a proper character. I'd known about him, but I just thought that I could have him, so let's give it a go.
Oh, fair play to you. And have you got any have you got any sponsors that you want to give a shout out to, or have you got any?
Yeah. I want to give a shout out to We Solve All. That's helped me big time. Fire Snuff and Assemble Scaffolding. They've really helped me out for this fight, which has been great. And I've got more potential sponsors coming in soon, which should be great.
And a potential contract with Mr. Eddie Earn.
Yeah. Hopefully, yeah. It's all in talks now, so hopefully they come back with a good deal for me, and then get this fight date penciled in.
And would you say would you have any inkling when a date would be? Because I think Eddie Earn at the moment, is he doing one a month? I think he's doing one.
Yeah, I think he's got quite a few shows. Yeah, coming up. I think he is one a month. I think so. It'd be nice to get on one before the year's out for sure.
Did you always think it was match? Did you always think if a big fight was going to come, it would be Matchroom, or did you think BT Sports or Channel 5?
Well, I always wanted it to be Matchroom. That's the one you always want, kind of thing. And yeah, then when it came about, I mean, yeah, we just snapped it up straight away, and it was just the perfect opportunity. I've always been down the Matchroom gym in Brentwood, sparring the guys down there. So we're always kept in the loop with some of the Matchroom boys. and yeah, and then it came up. I was just a bit of a shock that it did come up because you don't expect it to. When it did, yeah, it was perfect.
Who was you sparring?
So I've sparred a few of them down there. I've sparred Conor Ben, sparred Martin Ward, I've sparred Joe Cordina and Ricky Burns. I had a spar with Ricky Burns down there. But yeah, I've sparred quite a few. Me and Conor have had some good rounds together, and Martin Ward, we've done a lot of rounds together. So yeah.
So you've been in with some of the best, so like some of the best in the UK. So
Yeah, for sure. So that's kind of they definitely bring me on a lot when I go down there. I mean, I don't really think you can get any better sparring than those guys, kind of thing.
no.
So yeah.
So Rylan, it's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you very much for giving us the time to.
No, you're welcome.
I'll post. This will be posted on Into Boxing and YouTube, so give it a share.
Yeah.
Promise us when you get your next W, you'll come back on and talk about it again.
Yeah, for sure, 100%. Thanks very much.
Rylan, you're a star. Thank you very much, mate. You have a good
Cheers.
day.
You too. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Hi, that was Rylan Charlton. I'm Martin from Into Boxing, and thank you very much for tuning in.